to close your eyes, and when I ask you to take a deep breath in with me, what I'm going to ask that you do is I'm going to ask that you imagine that you are pulling a really, really pretty white light from the bottom of your feet all the way up to the top of your head. So if you are ready, what I'm going to ask you to do is close your eyes with me. So what I'm going to ask you to do is take a deep breath in with me through your nose. Hold it and let it go. And as we sit or lay here, you will start to feel the tension fading away from your jaw. And as you feel that energy move down your jaw, you will start to feel the energy and tension leave your shoulders. You'll feel it slowly make its way down your arms and through your belly. You'll feel any of that stagnant or dense energy or tension in your hips. And then you'll feel it go down to your knees. And you will feel it go out your feet. And it may even make the bottoms of your feet feel heavy. So what I'm going to ask that you imagine is that we are all standing in the clearing of a forest. If you looked down at our feet, you would notice that there is just worn out dirt beneath us where grass used to be. And this is a peculiar clearing because we are completely surrounded by huge tall trees and with walls on all sides of just trees and denseness and dark. But if you were to look straight up at the clearing that we are standing in, you would notice that you can see the moon and all of the stars above us. As we stand here, you'll start to feel the dirt beneath your feet. You'll start to smell the cedar from the trees. Feel the wind blow through your clothes, through your hair. And feel that the air is damp and cool. If you look over to our right, you will notice that in this area of trees is what looks like a doorway carved by trees. And so what I am going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to follow me through the door, and we are going to make our way up the mountain that we are standing next to. And the first thing we are going to see as we step through this door is you will notice that it is extremely dark and dense, but it feels like peace. Even though we are covered in shadow, there is nothing to fear. You may even feel your guides step in behind you to the left. You'll notice up ahead a little flame has started to flicker. And what I am going to ask you to do is ask yourself if you trust yourself. Ask yourself if you trust your intuition. What I am going to ask you to do is just walk with me towards the flame. And as we are making this walk towards the unknown, you are trusting and finding out the truth about what you believe about yourself, Would you follow yourself through the darkness to the light? If the answer is no, then whatever is holding you back is what we are going to leave here tonight on this mountain. You may notice that you can hear water as we are making our walk through. You can feel the ground underneath you. It is still dirt, and we are most definitely still in the woods, but it is so dark you see nothing but this flickering light ahead. And you keep walking, and we're putting one foot in front of the other, and know that you are supported by not only me, but everyone and every being that is with us on this journey. As we get closer and closer, you will notice that that flame is a burning torch. This torch is in a hook held on to the side of a post. What I am going to do is I am going to take this light and I am going to ask that you follow me up this winding side of the mountain that we are about to trapeze over. As we exit this darkness clearing through this tunnel, if you look to the left, you will notice that the rock face has started to be more noticeable from the mountain, and you will see what looks like jagged cutouts, as in stairs. You are going to have to use every part of your body to climb up these stairs by trusting your placement in your foot, in your hand, and in trusting that you know how to lead yourself up this mountain. So I am going to start climbing, and I am going to ask that you climb behind me. And remember, if you don't believe you can do it, remember that everybody here knows that you can. This also goes with everything hard that you experience in physical reality. You have all of the ability and knowledge and power inside of you, and you can accomplish anything that you set your soul to. You might feel the rocks are cool. Some might be damp. Sometimes your foot might slip. Sometimes your hand might slip. But you are still going one hand and one foot after another, with all of us and all of these beings and guides to support you. As we keep climbing, you'll notice that even though the trees are still thick, you can start to see the sky breaking apart through the canopy. You'll start to notice that there's pinks and purples and violets and silvers and green light just streaming across the sky. If you can keep climbing and trust in yourself to get to the top, you will see the most beautiful scenery that you have ever witnessed. We're almost to the top. You may be hearing words of encouragement from your guides, and please know that that is not crazy talk, that is real. It is to remind you that you are always supported and guided, and no matter what you do. Love has no limits, it has no ties, it has no strings. You are loved because you are. As we're all getting closer to the top of this ledge of the mountain, I want you to pull and hoist yourself right up over the edge, and we are coming to the very first precipice before we reach the top. If you look out, you will notice that you can see the ocean off in the distance, but what's even more interesting is the color and this color of the stars. Sorry, that was terrible. The color of the stars. You might even see a shooting star while we're up here. And what I want you to notice is that if you start to look at the next precipice to climb, you will see what looks like a singular wooden ladder. While it may look easy and it may not look very difficult, this is something that I have a feeling will probably be the most difficult. When I ask you if you would trust somebody else to carry you up this ladder, your answer will probably be no. But I bet you would want someone to trust in you if you needed to carry them up this ladder. So what I'm going to ask is that you look at the person standing next to you, and I'm going to ask you that you open your hand, your left hand, and accept their right hand. Once you feel that weight in your left hand, you guys are now bonded as a buddy pair. And what I am going to ask you to do is I am going to ask you to allow your buddy to carry you up the ladder. You cannot backseat drive. You cannot tell them how to climb. You cannot tell them to stop. You cannot tell them to let you down. If you want someone to trust in you to help them, you must trust in others to help you. So I am going to ask that you take that leap and step off and allow them to carry you up. You will not fall. No one will hurt you. No one will betray you in this space. Any limiting beliefs about things that have happened in the past should be left here on this ladder to fall down. No matter what happens in the outside world, no matter what is done to you, you control you and your experiences and your reality. You get to determine how things affect you, how people see you, and how you see the world from your reality. We are almost at the top, and I want to say that everyone survived the trek up and nobody fell. So I am very proud of all of you, and I am more proud that you trusted in your buddy to help you. As you come over the top of this ledge, we are now standing on the top of a mountain. What you will see as we are overlooking land and sea in one. The top of this mountain is rocky, but there are spaces of grass, and you will also notice that there is a burning bonfire. I would like you to sit here and take in the sights of not only the land, the sea, but the sky, the stars, and the cosmos that we are able to see, and especially the moon. This moon is about releasing your truth that you hide. Whether you hide it from shame, fear of judgment, there's no reason to hide it. You are unique, and your truth is what everyone needs to hear. Your truth, your story, everything you think, your opinions, your feelings are unique to you. You resonate on your own unique frequency that the world needs. Let go of any projections, any shame, anything that is no longer serving you, that is not yours to bear. What I'm going to ask that we do is gather around the bonfire. I'm going to ask that you all gather in a circle and sit around it. I'm also going to ask that you hold the hand on the people on either side of you. We are setting the intention that this healing will work, activate, and amplify at removing any stagnant, dense, negative, low vibrational, black magic, or low vibrational beings or entities that no longer serve this collective for the greatest and highest good. We set the intention to cut any cords that do not serve this collective for their greatest and highest good, and we reroute them to source. We are setting the intention that we are going to open, amplify, and activate the throat center, the heart center, the solar and sacral center of this collective. What I'm going to ask that you all do is take a deep breath in with me through your nose. Hold it. And let it go. You're going to feel a lot of pressure in your throat center. It may feel like you have a ball in your throat, and I promise it will pass. Do not try to guide the energy. Just let it go wherever it needs to go. Big rush of energy from your throat down through your belly and out your feet. You might feel some pressure in your throat and in your mouth, and that is just the energy moving around. You're going to feel a big rush of energy from your chest through your belly all the way out and down through your feet. While we're in here, we'll be inputting some codes of self-love for not only you and others, but compassion for yourself and others. You're going to get a big rush of energy from your belly button down through your butt and out your feet. You might feel your heartbeat in your belly. You might feel a quick drop in your belly. Big rush of energy from below your belly button all the way out and through your feet. And here we really focus on removing any shame, blame, anxiety, any wounds that are ancestral, any wounds that are held on from current linear live trauma. And the bottom of your feet might feel really heavy, and that is totally normal. You might feel the energy start to surge like a blanket. Don't try to guide it, just let it go wherever it needs to go as it pushes through any blocks, anything around truth and the intentions that we set. Now, as we sit here in front of the fire, I am going to ask that you put your deepest and darkest fears, limiting beliefs, worries, shame, and blame now out and speak it into the flames. Allow the flames to burn through all of that lower energy, an energy that just no longer serves the version of us that we are becoming through the transformation of this moon and the power that it brings. The last thing I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to imagine that in the center of your chest is a really pretty purple violet light. What I'm going to ask that you do is every time you are taking a breath in, that this light is expanding bigger and bigger until it envelops not only you, but the collective as we sit here on top of this mountain under the full moon of truth. That it envelops us all. As we finish the completion of our joint violet flame of transmutation shield, I ask you to leave any shame, guilt, feelings of self-doubt, or self-worth here on this mountaintop to be transmuted by the energy from the moon today. What I'm going to ask that you do is stand up from the fire and let go of the person to each side of you. And I'm going to ask that you take in the view one more time. Thank our guides and our ancestors who helped us along this journey. And what I'm going to ask that you do is take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it. And let it go. What I'm going to ask that you do is slowly wiggle your fingers and your toes and open your eyeballs and come back to me and tell me how you feel. Well, that was 32 minutes. You guys rock for hanging with me.